Good evening, everyone. Shall we wait until others to join? After that, we will start the class. Thank you. අපි තව චුට්ටකින් පටන් ගමු. අනිත් කට්ටිය එනකන් ඉඳලා. Right. Okay. Now we'll start. I think you can hear myself. I think you can hear myself. I'll share the screen. Can you see the screen? Yes or no? Any of you? Can you see this one? This one. Allocate resources to the project. Hope you can see and hear. At least you can text in the chat box whether I am audible or not. Satira, Praveen, please chat whether you can see
Yes, ma'am.
this.
It's
Yes,
audible.
we can hear you, ma'am.
The screen, what about the screen?
Visible, ma'am.
It's also indicating the.
Right. Okay. Now, allocating resources to the project. What do you mean by that? This means we have to allocate the existing resources to the project activities. For an example, you can see here. Let me share with you this slide. Recognize the best available resources for the project, assigning them to your team and monitoring their workload throughout the work, and reassigning resources if needed. That means you can see in this table, they have given different tasks are available. What are the tasks? There are several tasks: site analysis, preparation, ramp out, full production, production ramp out, and site cleanup. Those are the tasks available. At the time, site 1 is available, site 2, these are the tasks available, right? Next one you can see duration. Duration of the project. Now you can see site 1, for one particular site, you have different types of activities: site analysis, site preparation, production ramp up, full production. Those are the activities we have to do. Under these activities, you have different types of duration. What are the durations they have given? They have given different duration: 30 days, 90 days, 90 days, 180 days. Likewise, they have given different types of duration. Then you can say start and finish date. You have start date and you have finish date also. Start date Friday 10th June 2017 and finish Thursday 11th uh, 16th November 2017. This particular start task මේ task එකේ මේ duration එක දීලා තියෙනවා දවස් 30යි. පටන් ගන්න මේ දවසට ඉවර කරන්නේ මේ දවස කියලා. Right? These are the tasks given. What do you mean by resources? Resources means to complete this task. One particular task is site analysis. Maybe this is the construction project. So, site analysis task, what is the resource you need here? Resource, you can say engineering team is the resource you need, right? Likewise, resource allocation means we have several tasks. We know to do this particular task, we need this kind of duration. So, after that, we have start date, we have finish date, as well as each task we have particular resources to assign, right? Next task is what? Site preparation. That task, we have the duration, start date, finish date, and we have resources, right? Likewise, you have task, you have duration, you have start, you have finish, and you have particular resources to complete. Right now, these are the things we can call as allocating the resources to the project. Task. Anything anyone can't understand? Task. Task यानी activity එක. ප්‍රවීන් තේරුණාද පුතා? Right. I share with you the Excel file also to understand more. Anyone talking? I can't hear. Anyone? Right. Can you see this slide? This Excel file. මේ Excel file එක පේනවද ඔයගලන්ට? පේනවද නැද්ද කියලා කියන්න. Excel file එකේ මොනවද තියෙන්නේ? Assign and resources for the activities and find the estimated cost for the project. Right? They have given different types of question. Right? In this question, usually you can see in the YouTube how to prepare these things in the particular what do you call project management softwares. If you talk here, you can understand video link, right? And the project name is what? BMS phone design. What they are going to do? They are trying to design the phone, right? So what is the working date of this project? To design this phone, what are the working days available? They are working 6 days per week and 8 hours per day, right? Right? So they are working 6 days per week and 8 hours per day. Right? Again, දවසට සතියේ පැය 6යි හෙට උදේට. Right? Then දවසට පැය 8ක් වැඩ කරනවා. Right? So, project starting. When they have to start the project, they have to start the project 8 March 2021. Right. Then every month, they are telling every month, Thursday. And after 10th month is set as the holidays as the month. හැම මාසෙම පළවෙනි බ්‍රහස්පතින්දා අපි holiday එකක් විදියට work out කරනවා. හැම මාසෙම පළවෙනි බ්‍රහස්පතින්දා අපි holiday එකක් විදියට work out කරනවා. What are the working days? Working days they have given as 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. These are the working days. 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now you can see list of the resources are given. Resource IDs, resource names, and cost is given. Resource name, project manager, operational manager, project engineer, and designer. මේ කවුද මේ තමයි අපිට තියෙන resources. හරිද? එතකොට these are the resources given. Based on that, they know what are the cost. Project manager, what is the cost per day? Per day, how much they charge? In here, මගේ මේ Excel එක පේනවනේ පුතා. Per day, how much they charge? 1,500. Right? Then, per day, operational manager, how much they charge? 1,250. Per day, how much project engineer is charging? Per day, 1,300. Then, if you talk about per day, how much the designer is charging? Per day, 1,000 rupees per day. Right? These are the resources what they charge. Right? Then, how to do this one? දැන් තේරුණාද? අපිට දැන් මේ activity එකක් තියෙනවා. මේ activity එකේ තියෙනවා මොනවාද? මෙන්න මේ කියපු resources ටික. එතකොට මේ resources ටික අපි use කරන්නේ ඇයි? Why we are using these resources? Right? Why we are using these resources? Why? Because we want to do this kind of task. මෙන්න මේ task ටික තියෙනවානේ. මේ තියෙන මේ phone එක හදන්න යන steps ටික. හොඳට තේරුම් ගන්න project එකක phone එක හදනවා. මේ phone එකක් හදන්න යන steps ටික තමයි මම පුතා මේ blue color වලින් දාලා තියෙන්නේ. ඔයාලට ඕන ලියා ගන්න. මම විනාඩියක් දෙන්නම් මේක තේරුම් ගන්න. හරිද පුතේ? දැන් එතකොට අපිට පේනවා resource ID එකක් තියෙනවා. right? මොකද resource ID කියලා කියන්නේ? මෙන්න මේ resource එකට එක එක ID එකක් තියෙනවා. right? identity number. ID number එක. ID number 1, 2, 3, 4. Resource name, you have 4 resources: project manager, operation manager, project engineer, and designer. These are the resources. You can see the cost. You can say project manager, you can have 1,000 per 100 per day. Operation manager 1,250 per day. Right? Project engineer 1,300 per day. Right? Designer 1,000 per day. එතකොට මේගොල්ලෝ මේ charge කරන rates තමයි දීලා තියෙන්නේ. තේරුණාද මම මේ yellow color දීලා තියෙන ටික? තේරුණා නේද? Right. එතකොට if you go back here මේ ටික තේරුණා කියලා මම හිතනවා. right? So දැන් මේ project එක මේ phone එකක් අපි develop කරන්න යන්නේ. We are going to develop this phone. What is this task? Is to develop this phone. To develop this phone, what do you want have? We want to do these kind of tasks. මෙන්න මේ task ටික කරන්න ඕනේ පුතා. මුලින්ම අපි project එක manage කරන්න ඕනේ. Project team එක ගන්න ඕනේ. We had to control the scope. We had to prepare the status report. We had to do the initiation, determine the funding. එතකොට මේවා තමයි මේ phone එක develop කරන්න කරන activities ටික. These are the activities when we are doing to develop the phone. Then duration. These are the durations to take each activity and the resources. මේවා කරන්න යන resources. Example, ඔන්න මේක තමයි අපි resource management කියලා කියන්නේ. එක එක වැඩේට අදාළ මොනවද දාන්නේ? මම මේ green color වලින් highlight කරලා තියෙන්නේ resources මොනවද වෙන්නේ කියන එක. හරිද? Please. ඔකරණ දැන් තේරෙනවද පුතා? මොකද්ද මේ resources කියලා කියන්නේ කියන එක? right? resources කියලා basically අපි අදහස් කරන්නේ මොකක්ද? අපි අදහස් කරන්නේ අපේ තියෙනවා මෙන්න මේ කිව්ව වගේ මොනවාද? activities තියෙනවා. project එකක් කරගෙන යන activities තියෙනවා. ඒ activities ටිකට එක එක අදාළ මොනවද තියෙන්නේ? resources තියෙනවා. ඒ activities වලට අදාළ resources තියෙනවා. අපි ඒවට කියනවා resource allocation කියලා. We call them as a resource allocation. We have numbers, We have task, we have duration. At the same time, we have the resource names. Right? Please write down number, task, duration, and resource name. Right? Certain numbers are there. Number one to number things. Task names are there, resources are there, and resource names are there. Right? These are the things given. Okay? Right. තේරුණාද? මේක තමයි පුතා ප්‍රැක්ටිකලි අපි කොහොමද resources manage කරන්න කියන එකට උත්තරේ වෙන්නේ. How practically we manage the resources. This is the answer. Right? Next we have what? Right. ඊට පස්සේ පුතා දැන් අපි ගියොත් එහෙම අපේ ස්ලයිඩ් එකට අපිට කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්. මොකද ස්ලයිඩ් එකෙන් කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ. මේක තමයි අපේ allocation of resources to the project. project එකට අපි කොහොමද අපේ project එකට resource allocate කරන්න කියන එක තමයි අපි එකකින් කතා කරන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ අපි ගියොත් එහෙම expediting a project. What do you mean by expediting? Expediting is the project management activity implemented as a part of the procurement process in order to secure the quality and timely delivery of the component. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? project එකක to complete the project quality and timely delivery. Right? We have to give it the project in the quality. We have to give the project in time delivery. Right? We call that as expediting the project. How to do this? We have to analyze the production. We have to control the quality. We have to logistic and receiving. Receiving the logistics at receiving. We call that as expediting a project. Right? So this is called expediting a project. Right? Right. Get it? So to make the quality product, we have to analyze the production, we have to control the quality, we have to identify the logistics and proper receiving on time. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි project එකට අදාළ දේවල් හරියට වෙලාවට එන්න ඕනේ. Right? We call that as expediting a project. Clear? Next one we call that as what? Fast tracking the project. What do you mean by fast tracking the project? Fast tracking means basically we are going to fast track. That means we are going to speed up the project. Right? So, before you make the decision or carefully analyze, we have to make sure we will speed up the project. Right? So, to make up the lost time on the project, why we are going to fast track the project? Because we want to make sure that we are not going to lose the time. That is number one, right? To speed up the lose time of the project. Next time, circumstances have changed and you need to complete the project earlier than expected, right? Sometimes, have you seen when it's come to fast track project, right? That means Vanputa, have you seen that when you are telling that you want to what do you call when you want to when the governments are changing, What happened when government is changing? Then what you are going to do? You are going to develop the roads as soon as possible, right? Because you want to get the election, right? So, likewise, you can say this is the fast track of the project, right? Sometimes to use the best resources, if the resources are available in the limited time, what you are trying to do is you will fast track and you will make the maximum use of the resources. That is, we call that as a fast tracking project, right? Clear? Medically, ලියාගන්න පුතා. මම අද අනිත් එක තමයි අපේ මේ ලියාගන්නකො මේක. Right. හරිද පුතා. ඊට පස්සේ අපි project management resources වල කියනවා මොනවාද? Resource loading කියලා. What do you mean by resource loading? Resource loading means we are going to identify the total assigned hours of the work divided by the number of hours you have to do the work. Right? That means what? Right? Total hours of work. Just assume you are getting an order to complete the work. Right? When you are getting an order, right, to complete the certain work. මහලා ඇඳුම් මහන එකක් හිතන්නකෝ, it's a garment factory. හරිද? එතකොට to complete this work, you have to work how many work? How many times? You have to work how many times to complete this work? 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours you have to, hours of the work per period time. Hours of the capacity period of time. Right? අපිට දවසට වැඩ කරන්න පුළුවන් පැය ගාන කීයද? පැය 10යි. එහෙනම් රිසෝස් අපි ලෝඩ් කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ රිසෝසස් කොච්චර ගන්න ඕනද පුතා? ඔක්කොම පැය 10,000යි, total hours 10,000. We can work maximum 10 hours per day. Then you want 1,000 people. 1,000 people to complete this in the one particular day. Right? So resource loading. Resource loading means you know what are the total number of hours available, divide by the hours of capacity per time period. Right? 10,000 divided by 10, you have, it is 1,000. Right? We call that as a what? It's a resource loading. Please write down. It is resource loading. මම ලියා ගන්න තමයි පුතා පැය භාගයක් දෙන්නේ විනාඩි භාගයක්. right. ඒක තේරුණාද පුතා? ඊට පස්සේ අපි යන්න resource leveling. කාට හරි තේරුම් නැති දෙයක් තියෙනවද? අපි කතා කරොත් එහෙම අජාම්, පිරුණි, කුෂාන්, ප්‍රවීන්. Is there anything you want to understand or clear? Not clear. Anyone? Or clear? I just asked from. Is there anything you want to get clear? Clear or not clear? Kushan, Praveen,
It's okay.
Piruni,
It's
clear. Right.
it's okay, ma'am.
Right.
We are getting that.
Right. Next, thank you. Next one is resource leveling. Now, resource leveling means basically, resource leveling means you have to, you have to level the resources. You have to level the resources. How to level? You can see resource leveling is the process of using company resources in most efficient way. Right? We are using company resources in most efficient way. Efficient ways means you have to make sure you will use the resources where as possible way. Right? How to use after resource leveling, you will be having this is the now you in this picture you can see these are the number of days available. now මේ පින්තූරේ පාට කරනවා බලා ගන්න. කහපාටින් පාට කරනවා these are the number of days available. ඒක තේරුණාද? Right? To do this one particular task, හිතන්නක phone එකක් ඔයගොල්ලෝ develop කරනවා. Now the iPhone company right now they are developing a new Apple 18 phone. Right? Apple 17 Pro Max they have already issued. Right? Now they are developing Apple 18 version. Right? So they have these number of days to complete. Right? How many phones they have to develop to do the testing and all? They have this kind of number of phones. Right? Now you can draw a chart like this. These are the days, these are the compression. මට දෙන්න පුතා 2 minutes. Right. Resource leveling is the process of using company resources in the most effective way. Under the here you can see in this chart number of compressors or the things are there and number of days also available. We call that as a resource leveling. Now those are the resources available. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි එක level එකකට resources ටික ගන්න. We are taking the resources in the certain level. For example, පුතා you can see if you draw a line, these are the maximum level of resources available. Available number of compressors, available number of resources. You can see these are the maximum level of resources available. Right? So you know what is the minimum level of the resources available, what is the maximum level of resources available. If you do a chart, please write down. If you do a chart, you can understand what's the maximum level of resources and what's the minimum level of resources available. Resource leveling. Resource leveling is like that. Next one is what? Allocating the scarce resources to the project. You have to allocate the scarce resources to the project. For an example, task names is there, right? Duration is there, starting date, finishing dates. Then you are going to manage the available resources. We call that as what? We call that as a resource leveling, right? So it is resource leveling. You can identify engineering team, one particular thing, right? The contractor A, production team, likewise, each site, right? So here you can see tasks are available, right? Then durations are available, then the resources, names are available. Right. So these are that means allocating the resources to the particular task. Right, Ekaterunani? Hope you understood. This is about the resources. Right. Now let's go to the next slide. Now today we are here to discuss about how we can identify the project management resources as well as project quality management. Right. Let me open the quality management slide. Here to understand the project quality. Basically, we can understand to manage the project quality, you have to manage the scope, time, and budget. Please write down project triple lines. We have to manage scope, time, and budget. Right? Scope you have to manage, and time you have to manage. Scope and time we have to manage. Right? You can identify when to manage the project quality, always you have to make sure you monitor and control the project. Right. Always to have a quality project, you have to monitor the project as per the standard way, right? Always you have to take the actions to control the project, right? Project we have to complete the certain actions to control the project. And also we have to measure the performance of the project. how the performance is being accessed. Right? That means how the project performance is available. Can call that as a monitor the project performance. Right? How project is going on, whether the project is going on as per the required way, whether the project performance is not good, those things you want to monitor. Right? Then measure the performance, determine the variance, and if they warrant a change risk score. Whether you have to identify and determine is there any variance, what kind of variance are available. Please write first two after the telex. Enam. Cepetan. Tuh ya. Enam. Tuh deh. Enam kamu deh. Eh. Eh. Right. The first one is monitor and control the project. We have to monitor the project. We have to control the project. Right. To monitor and control, what are the things you want to do? You want to take actions to control the project. Always you have to identify and take certain actions to control the project. Right. That means you have to make sure the project will be completing. Right. Next one is measure the performance. You have to measure the performance of the project. How to measure the performance? You can identify whether if the project is 10 years, after completion of 2 years, whether the project can be completed time or not. Whether the project has been done as per the required way or not. We can identify that as a measure in the performance. Next one, determine the variance. Determine the variance of the project. What do you mean by variance? Variance means what? Variance means basically you have to understand whether the project is fulfilling the two types of variance. What are the two types of variance you want to identify? You have schedule variance as well as you have cost variance. Right? Schedule variance means what? Schedule variance, please write down. Schedule variance means you have to make sure that the project will be completed on time or not. We call that as a schedule variance. Cost variance means whether the project can be completed based on the given cost or not. Right? Those are the two things available. Right? Number one, schedule variance. Number two, it is cost variance. Right? Schedule variance, we can identify whether the project can be completed time or not. We call that as a schedule variance. Cost variance means whether the project can be completed based on the given cost or not. We can identify that as a determine the variance. Next one, influence the factors that cause the changes. We have to identify always when you are monitoring the project whether different factors are influencing or not. Right? It can be economic, it can be political. Likewise, different factors should be affected. And if there is any changes also, you have to control the changes. We call that as a request changes. Right? Next one, perform integrated change control. Right? If there is any changes, you have to always make sure that you will be perform the control. These are the monitor and control the project. How to monitor the project, how to control the project. Next one, to make a quality product, always you have to plan, monitor, control cycle. Always you have to plan the thing, right? Whether it can be resource planning, it can be time planning. Resource planning, time planning, and financial planning. Different perspectives you can plan. Next one is what? Monitor. Monitor means what? You have to make sure whether things are happening as per the plan. We can identify that is how we are going to monitor the project, right? Always when it's come to have the quality project, we have to make sure we are managing these three things. What are the three things? Plan, monitor, and control. Please write down. Next one, when it's come to the data collection and reporting, always you have to make sure when it's come to have a quality project, you have to collect the data always, right? It can be phone survey, it can be online surveys, it can be in-person interviews. All those things we have to collect the data. These are the data collection and reporting, right? After collecting the data and after reporting only, we can have a quality product. Next one is what? Data collecting. Data collection, you can identify data gathering techniques used. You can have bench process. There are different processes you can use. 4.1 to 13.2. Likewise, you can say process. There are different process. Develop the project charter, develop the project management plan. Likewise, you can have a kind of data gathering sheets, right? To before completing the project, you have to manage this properly. After that, data analysis. What do you mean by data analysis? Analyzing the project data. You know, okay, we have this kind of data, right? Now it's your time to analyze these data. How to analyze? You have to analyze in statistical tools to have a quality project. Next one, reporting and report types. What are the reporting and report types? You can say project management, review business justification, plan project, control progress, manage staff, and manage the client relationships. Likewise, you can have different kinds of project reports available. And you can design the control system also. When it's come to the project, you have different control systems. You can design those control systems. Nowadays, AI tools also available. You can design those things very well. Now, when it's come to having a quality project always, you have to have three types of control. What are the three types of controls you should have to have? Number one, cybernetic control. Right? Cybernetic control means you are always focusing on the output of the project. Cybernetic control means you check whether you are going to produce the required output, right? So we call that as a cybernetic control, right? You measure, okay, per hour you will be maintaining this much of output. It is a cybernetic control, right? Then next one is what? Go no go control. What do you mean by go no go control? Go no go control means you make sure that your certain preconditions are met. Certain things you are going to meet before doing certain things, right? You will be meeting certain preconditions before doing certain things. We call that as a go no go control. Next one is what? Post performance control. What do you mean by post performance control? That means after completion of the project or task, we check whether we have done in the right way or not. Right? Uh, Before cybernetic means always you check the output. Go no go means you check whether the certain preconditions are met or not. Post performance means you controls are applied after the completion of the project task. Tools for the control, basically to control have a quality product. Always you should have to have a Gantt chart, logic network, per chart, product breakdown and work breakdown task. That means Gantt chart is showing the timelines, right? Okaput timeline, logic network, it shows the task and time relationships. Then product breakdown structure. You want to have always, you will be break down the products as per the certain ways. Work breakdown structure means you will be break down the work in different perspectives, right? Next one, product breakdown structure, always you can make sure that you have product breakdown. One particular computer is there, main unit, monitor, mouse, keyboard, right? Things are there, right? Housing, hard disk, video card, motherboard, those things are there. Monitor also there, mouse also there, keyboard also there. We call this as a product breakdown structure. We break down the product into the certain elements. We call that as a product breakdown structure. Please write down. This is how now the resource management of the project also we have discussed, and to have a quality project, these are the things we have to manage, right? Samaning normally to do the project, these are the steps we follow. In the screen you can see you have to create the project. Number one. Number two, you have to create the app. That is number two. Number three, you have to create the assign the calendar. That is number three. Then number four, create activities and duration. Then create resources, assign resources, and create project budget. So those are the steps basically you have to follow to do the projects. Please write down. So are you clear? So are you clear with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Hope you are clear. Now we have done the quality management as well as the resource management of the project. Since we have done all those things, I thought of stopping the class right now. Any questions you want to ask? Azam, Hirunian, Kushan, and Praveen, there is some electricity failure will be going on. That's what I thought of stopping the class right now. Otherwise, it is going to be disturbed for both of us. Are you clear? Whatever the things we have discussed. At the same time, I will share the things to you. Right? Right. So, any questions you want to ask? All clear? Any of you?
No, ma'am. It's okay.
Right.
Everything
Okay.
clear.
Then thank you
Thank
and
you,
good
ma'am.
night. Thank you. Let's meet on next day. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Sherin and Praveen. Sherin, just now you joined.
Yes, ma'am.
The class today. We just completed the resources and the quality board. So you can
All
hope
right.
you can get the recording because since there will be any power cut, I just stopped and we have completed the things. So hope you are clear.
All
Right.
right.
Please go through. If you are not
Okay.
clear, please ask from me next day. Okay.
All right. Okay,
That
madam.
started
Okay.
at 7:30. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Okay.